Final time here on the Sean Lewis Show to get ready for San Diego State and Hawaii Saturday at 5 p.m. We do remind you, the new Era Aztec Fast. Shop Aztecs.com is your official source for team apparel. Get 10% off your next order with promo code RADIO. That's promo code RADIO at shopaztecs.com. So you've had the opportunity, obviously, you and your staff, to get ready for this game and to watch the film on Hawaii. They'll come in at 2-2. What have you seen from Hawaii that potentially poses problems this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, they play extremely hard. They're really well coached. They're a disciplined outfit that does a really good job of, straining and playing through the echo of the whistle. Obviously went toe-to-toe with UCLA, have 2 quality wins. They spread the field offensively. They're going to throw it around the yard, and they believe in it. It doesn't matter. It's like a great shooter in basketball. Like, there could be 6-7 shots that don't go in, and Steph Curry's still going to keep shooting, right? And they're the same way offensively. They're going to spread it around, and they're going to throw it, and they're going to throw it, and they're going to throw it, and they'll needle you enough with the run game to keep you honest. But, you can tell they believe in what they do. They got enough pieces that are really, really dynamic when they get in space. So we got to do a great job containing the throw game and getting multiple hats to the ball to limit that space that they want to create. Defensively, there are multiple fronts. They play a lot of single high. They believe in their cover guys, and they got 2 edge players that can really get their butts up and get off the edge and challenge you. In those, got to have it throwing situations. They thrive in those roles, and they've been really opportunistic, generating turnovers. In that Northern Iowa game, shoot, it's like the 8th play of the game. They do a great job defensively, getting a turnover. They're pursuing to the ball. The ball's kind of rolling near the boundary. You're like, hey, Northern Iowa's they're going to survive this. The ball's going to roll out of bounds, and all of a sudden there's like 3 guys that are on the ball, generate the turnover. And again, they get it Northern Iowa off schedule, and before you know it, like in a blink of an eye, it's 22-0. Right now they're playing in a dominant position. So again, more than capable. Have great respect for their staff. Coach Chang does a great job. And I got to know him a little bit through the head coaches meetings and within the conference, and he goes about it the right way. Has a really cool personality about him, and know that he'll have his guys prepared, especially coming off of a bye. They got extra time to cook some extra things up. We got to do a great job, obviously, solving those new problems that they present from the time that they've had to scheme us up.
Hawaii is such an interesting school, and since moving to the West Coast and then working on the Aztecs broadcast, I've gotten to see them a ton. And what it reminds me of in some ways, and we were talking about this at break a little bit, is the military academies, because while the offense or the defense that they run, it varies from team to team and from year to year. Overall, you'll see a lot of option from them. From Hawaii, you'll see a lot of spread, a lot of throw it around. But it's really just the feel or the mystique of playing against teams like this. Do you feel the same way in preparation for this
yeah,
game? Absolutely,
right? You can feel the mana, you can feel the ethos of their club and the way that they go about it. They have a very unique identity to who they are. They embrace it. And again, we were kind of talking earlier in the show, right, about figuring out our formula to win as we're bringing all our new pieces together with this new staff and making all 3 phases fit together. You have Coach Chang, who was there as an exceptional player. He understands what that formula is, what that recipe looks like, and he's doing a great job with his staff, getting the proper pieces in place, to again, reestablish their culture, who they are, their style of play, and it shows on tape. Like you can feel it when you watch the coaches' tape, their excitement to play and for them to play their brand of ball. And I know they're going to be prepared, and it's going to be a great, great game on Saturday. So get your tickets. Coming out to Snapdragon. 2 great teams are going to get after it and put on a great show.
Do you see the comfort from their quarterback, Braden Shager, who's been in that offense for 3 years? Like you said, Timmy Chang, one of the great passers in the history of college football. But do you just see that comfort because he's been around Coach Chang for all these years?
Yeah, you can just tell. Like I always like looking at quarterbacks' feet, right?
Mm-hmm,
and the calmness, especially in the throw game. Like if their feet are sporadic and they're not settled in the pocket because they're not trusting what their eyes are seeing or understanding the concepts, right? Like you kind of get those Barney Rubble, Fred Flintstone feet, right? Like they're going like crazy. Versus you can see when you turn on the tape, like their cue, he's calm now, man. Like he's got a presence, he's got a composure, he's got quiet feet, and he progresses through his reads. He understands the progressions and where guys are going to be. And I mentioned it, on Monday. The thing that really stands out to me is his anticipatory throws, right? Where he goes to load and he's starting his load phase, and you're like, where's this thing going? Like there's where his feet are set and the way that he's loading, like there's no one in that area. And the next thing you know, like as he cuts it loose, when you're looking at the back end, it's like, oh, here comes that receiver into that void, into the green grass. He hits him in stride, and the receiver's able to turn into a runner because of his accuracy, his timing, and his placement. So there's definitely a level of comfort and familiarity that he has within the system, and he's operating at a pretty good clip right now.
I'm so glad you mentioned a quarterback's feet. It really, truly is what you look at if you want to see if a player is comfortable in an offense. And there's no faking it. There's
Correct.
no faking it. So from an offensive coordinator standpoint and a head coach standpoint, working with a young quarterback, how do you get there with a young guy? Is it limiting the offense and simplifying things? Is it looking at his high school film and seeing what Danny did well in Indiana? How do you get there with the younger guy who you're trying to scaffold up and get to the level of a Schrager as he makes his progression?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question, right? I think it starts with, again, understanding where your quarterback's strengths are, right? And being able to play to that, yet also teaching them, okay, what is open at this level now? Like we do this great exercise with all our guys when they come in. I'm like, all right, hey, you guys know that there's an arrow in the FedEx logo? And they're like, huh? And some guys do and some guys don't. And
They're like
with
Easter egg.
Yeah, so it's hidden, right? Within the FedEx logo,
cool.
there is an arrow, right? And if you don't know about it, maybe some of our listeners they'll pull out their phones.
Between the X and the E for anybody thinking about it.
Right? It's embedded in there. And if it's never been shown to you, you hear it and you're like, what are you talking about? Like there's no arrow in there. But then when you see it, I'm sorry, listeners and viewers, you'll never be able to unsee it, right? And so it's showing our guys those pictures when they come in, like, hey, at the college level, this is open, and this is the timing, and this is the location, and this is the rhythm. And so your feet need to be in sync with the routes so that you understand what's open, you trust what's open, and there's always kind of one of those aha moments where you see a guy do it and capture it, and they have trust and faith or belief, whatever it is that you want to call it, or they let it go for the first time into a window that we've coach them up to say, hey, this is open, trust your feet, the route's going to express itself. And when they do it, it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? And so it's really cool to see that as you build it out.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I mean, because that's the stuff that unless you're buried into an offensive line coach or sitting next to a quarterback and an offensive coordinator, you're never going to know that conversation existed.
Sure.
But those are the light bulb moments that you need as a young football player to really start to understand full concepts. Because what a lot of people, by the way, Baskin Robbins is another one.
31.
31. Right? It's hidden in the B.
BR.
31 flavors. Yeah, the BR.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Another little Easter egg. But it's true. You got to find them. You got to hunt for them. I remember as an offensive lineman, there was that aha moment when you unlocked how to, whatever it is, if you're dual reading a linebacker to a defensive end and you somehow the puzzle comes together in your brain. Have you had those moments as a head coach?
Oh, for sure. Right. I mean, like as you're calling it offensively, but yet managing the whole game, right? And understanding the rhythm and the flow, of how that all looks. And again, like even finding that rhythm within this year with the new tablets and the new technology and the helmet comms, like how do we navigate and as, the conductor of all of this, right? Like have those moments, okay, like here's the new staff, here's the information, here's what I need to give, here's what I need to receive. How do we make this all come together? So yeah, there's definitely been those moments of, all right, hey, like I need to flip over to the defensive side here. So I'm on their headsets, right? And so I'm talking to them while they're out there yet. Okay, now, hey, here's the rhythm and timing that I need to get back to make sure the offense knows here's where we're going to start the next drive. And, oh, wait, need to go talk to the quarterbacks yet, need to make sure that we're included in the special teams. And again, like piecing all that together so that you have that rhythm, you have that cadence, and everyone's getting what they need. We're receiving the information that we need as well. So, yeah, I mean, that happens all the time, which is really, really cool.
Final one for me, Sean, is just about this Saturday in terms of keys for your football team to come away with a victory. What are you hoping to see and what do you need to do?
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to, again, like limiting the throw game for Hawaii, right? We got to do a great job impacting the quarterback in that regard. We got to do a really good job building off of the continuity that we had up front, and being balanced offensively. And then again, right, the self-discipline that put us in the position with those limited penalties to continue to build off of that and that momentum so that we're controlling those controllables and we're putting ourselves in the best position to go earn a great home victory here against a really good Hawaii team.
Glad to be back home.
Yeah, it'll be great. Absolutely. Always good to be back in front of the fans.
Real quick before you go, I said last one, you've been tweeting about the Padres.
Heck yeah.
What's it been like? You threw out a first pitch this year. Has it been fun from your seat, and have your kids kind of embraced what's going on with the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, so like, I guess if I had any sort of baseball affiliate, it'd be the White Sox, which is, so I guess I kind of put my fandom in the transfer portal, right? And luckily we got a great winner here that we could rally around, right? And so, yeah, I mean, it's a first-class organization. They did an unbelievable job, hosting us when I got the opportunity to throw out that first pitch. And I've gone to numerous games at Petco, and it's just an unbelievable environment. So really cool to see, and excited for as they go and prepare and beat the heck out of LA here. It'll be awesome.
Very cool. Good stuff. Sean, we appreciate the time. We'll see you Saturday at Snapdragon Stadium. Again, Aztecs and Hawaii, Saturday, 5 p.m. Tickets are available right now at goaztecs.com. First 10,000 fans will get those San Diego State bucket hats for Rich and the head coach of the Aztecs, Sean Lewis. I'm John Schaefer. We will see you Saturday at 5. Pregame coverage beginning at 3 p.m. right here on San Diego Sports 760.